We gather this day for our soul's hunger for home.
A new documentary, Finding Fellowship, explores the legacy of the Pleasantview historic site.
My family's hometown of Quince Orchard doesn't appear on the map anymore.
Some may not realize while passing the Pleasantview Church along Route 28 that the 3-acre plot of land was once the center of the Black community of Quince Orchard. After the Civil War, 3 Black men purchased the Pleasantview land for $54. Rev Jerry Green and his son Jason Green are descendants of one of the men who invested in the land, Gary Green, a former slave.
Now, can you imagine what it was like in 1868 for 3 African-American men to have the fortitude and the foresight to purchase those 3 acres of land and on which to build that church and that place of education for the Black community?
Jason Green and his sister co-produced Finding Fellowship, which looks at the town of Quince Orchard 100 years since its founding.
This small rural community had 3 Methodist churches, 1 Black, 2 white, divided generations earlier over the issue of slavery.
This film was inspired by a conversation with our then 95-year-old grandmother. She's now, blessingly, 102 years old, where she shared the story of her hometown, Quince Orchard, Maryland, now more commonly referred to as Gaithersburg or North Potomac, but how churches in that community, all the way back in 1968, in the wake of Martin Luther King's assassination, decided to overcome their racial division and come together and forge a new future.
Reverend Green was 17 when the 3 churches merged after the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
As a result of that, some 50 plus years later, the congregation that they formed, Fair Haven, continues to exist. And so what I see in the film is a story of what's possible. Dr. King's life and his ministry wasn't just about rights for Black people. It was about people being able to reconcile, to come together, and to forge a new and different future.
Now, he is chairman of the Pleasantview Historic Association, working to continue preserving the legacy of Quince Orchard.
As a result of what our predecessors have done, we have an obligation to pass it forward.
The full Finding Fellowship documentary is available now at blackrockcenterforthearts.org, and there will be a live Q&A about the film on February 23rd. Jason Green hopes the film can inspire others to learn their history.
We need to be reminded of what's possible, be reminded of what we're capable of, and tell stories like this where we can see how people of different backgrounds, different races, different ideologies were able to put their differences aside and come together to find fellowship.
Reporting for MyMCM, I'm Deirdre Byrne.